Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into something quite fundamental. It's about how the words we use every day, those ingrained phrases, might actually be shaping our financial lives.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, you've probably wondered, right? Why do some people seem to just attract wealth even when things are tough, while others really struggle even with similar backgrounds?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Exactly. So our mission today is to kind of unpack that. We want to pull out the actionable ideas from this video.
See how our own self-talk about money might be setting us up, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully give you some, practical steps for maybe shifting things in a more positive direction.
Without it feeling like a heavy lecture, aiming for those aha moments.
You got it. So let's dive in. What's the first thing that jumps out from this video?
Well, it really starts with this core puzzle, as you mentioned, the different financial outcomes people have.
Even from similar starting points.
Exactly. Why do some folks from really poor backgrounds end up wealthy while others stay in similar situations? Or, why do some people with less formal education do incredibly well financially, sometimes better than those with advanced degrees?
That's a big one.
And the video suggests that the answer lies. Well, a big part of it lies in our inner world, our beliefs.
Our inner world, like what we truly believe deep down.
Yeah. The idea is that these pre-existing beliefs about money, success, what's possible for us, they actively shape our reality.
Okay, that's a powerful idea. Does the video give an example of that?
It does. It talks about how we might be taught, maybe growing up, that you absolutely need a high level of education to be successful.
Right. That's a common belief.
But then it contrasts that with real-world examples. We all know people or know of people who've built amazing success without that specific type of schooling.
Sure. So it makes you question what other invisible factors are really driving things.
Precisely. And that leads straight into this concept of a financial mindset.
Okay. So what do they mean by financial mindset? Is it just thinking positively?
It's deeper than that, according to the video. It's like a whole set of ingrained beliefs and thought patterns specifically about money and wealth. Think about Warren Buffett. The video uses his famous quote, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die."
Right, I know that one.
What's interesting isn't just the quote itself, but how his whole life, his investment strategy, it reflects that deep belief in passive income.
Okay, so he lives it.
Exactly. The video suggests his repetition of this kind of thinking isn't just talk. It's like a constant command to his own mind, stemming from his core financial mindset.
Wow. So these phrases we repeat, these they're like windows into that mindset.
That's the idea. They're outward signs of our inner financial programming, like little subconscious commands we're firing off all the time.
Okay, so if that's true, what kind of negative commands might we be accidentally giving ourselves?
Well, this is where it gets really practical. The video brings up a super common one related to work and time.
Like what?
Something like, just working my regular job takes up all my time. How could I possibly do anything else?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that a million times. Probably said it myself.
Right. And it sounds perfectly reasonable on the surface. But the video argues that saying this over and over, it can actually build a subconscious wall.
A wall? How so?
It kind of stops you from even seeing or considering other ways to make money. Your brain gets locked onto the no time problem.
So you literally blind yourself to opportunities because you've told yourself there's no time for them.
That's the suggestion. You create your own limitation with your words.
Wow. And the video mentions feeling stuck with just one income source because of this thinking too, right?
Yes, exactly. You reinforce the idea that your job is the only possibility. And then there's the blame game.
Blaming external factors.
Yeah. The example given is pretty stark. If I didn't have kids, I'd be rich by now.
Oof. Yeah, that's a tough one.
It really is. And what the video highlights is how that phrase subtly trains your mind to see your children as the reason for financial lack.
As an obstacle.
As an obstacle, exactly.
Okay.
And that subconscious association, well, it breeds negativity, maybe even resentment, and it definitely doesn't encourage finding solutions. The video implies you end up attracting more difficulty.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, just based on a repeated phrase.
That's the core argument.
It's kind of scary how easily we can pick up these limiting ideas from around us, isn't it? And just repeat them.
Absolutely. And the video warns about that specifically. Be careful with popular sayings, especially stuff you just see floating around online.
Don't just absorb them uncritically.
Right. Take the phrase, "I wasn't born rich, so I'm destined to struggle."
Yeah, another common sentiment.
It might feel true based on experience, but the video argues that if you truly internalize that, you basically block yourself from experiencing ease or comfort in your work life.
Because you've accepted struggle as your fate.
Exactly. If struggle is your default setting, you're probably not going to be actively looking for or even recognize opportunities that feel easier or more abundant.
That makes sense. So it's about not just accepting hardship as the only narrative.
Precisely. For listeners wanting pathways to actually improve things, that's a key insight.
Okay, so if negative self-talk is like putting the brakes on financially, what's the accelerator? The video must talk about positive language, too.
It does.
Yeah.
It shifts to the power of, well, positive self-talk and also setting clear intentions, especially how we talk to ourselves and about our own potential.
Regardless of what the economy's doing or anything else.
Yes. It emphasizes using constructive language about your own abilities and also when talking about others, like your kids. And there's this really interesting anecdote
Oh, yeah.
about business owners who, when they were doing good deeds, like making merit, they had very specific positive intentions linked to their finances.
Okay.
The example that stands out is someone wishing specifically to work less but earn more. And the person observing this noticed that over time, that actually became their reality.
Wow. Just from setting that intention during a good deed.
This story implies a strong link, yeah. It's about the power of that focused, positive intention. Makes you think, right?
It definitely does. It makes you wonder about the connection. And there was another story, too, wasn't there? About a teacher.
Yes, a really good contrast. This teacher apparently started out believing the common idea that teachers are just, destined to be poor or struggle financially.
A limiting belief they'd accepted.
Totally. But then they consciously decided to change their internal script. Started telling themselves something like, I am a teacher who earns a massive income and enjoys wealth.
Okay, quite a turnaround.
And according to the story, their financial situation actually shifted significantly for the better after consistently reinforcing this new belief.
But there's a catch, right? The video stressed something important here.
Oh, absolutely crucial. It's
Yeah.
not just mouthing the words. You have to genuinely believe it or at least be open to believing it.
Not forced.
No, not forced or pressured. More like a relaxed, knowing acceptance that it's possible. Just chanting affirmations without any real feeling or belief behind them. The video suggests that's probably not going to do much.
Right, the conviction matters. Okay, so we need to watch out for negative talk, and we can try positive affirmations if we genuinely connect with them. How do we make this practical day to day?
Well, the next step the video outlines is actively evaluating and then kind of redesigning your internal money dialogue.
Becoming your own scriptwriter for your financial thoughts.
Sort of, yeah. It involves some honest self-reflection. Look at the beliefs and phrases you've picked up, especially the ones passed down, the old sayings.
Like family money scripts.
Exactly. And the video even suggests asking, were the people who originated these sayings actually financially successful? If your grandpa always said money is evil, but struggled his whole life, maybe that's not a belief you want to carry.
Good point. Question the source.
Right. The main takeaway is that you can consciously choose to create powerful, possibility-oriented self-talk. That's a key part of attracting abundance. Taking control of that inner narrative.
Taking conscious control. I like that. And they offered a bonus tip, too, something really practical about setting goals.
Yes, this was great. Addressing a common mistake people make.
Which is?
Setting these huge, almost unbelievable financial goals right off the bat. Like someone struggling suddenly saying, I am a billionaire.
Without any real path or belief yet?
Exactly. The intention might be good, but if the belief isn't there at all, it can actually feel discouraging and counterproductive.
So what's the alternative?
Start smaller. Set achievable goals that stretch you but feel believable. Maybe aim for, say, a 10% or 20% income increase in the next few months.
Something you can actually wrap your head around and work towards.
Precisely. Hitting those smaller targets builds real belief. It creates momentum. You start to feel like it's possible.
That makes a lot more sense. Build the belief muscle.
Yeah. And the video also gently reminds us that big financial leaps usually need a corresponding level of effort and value delivered. It's not just wishful thinking.
Fair enough. Action and values still matter. Did the speaker share any personal experience with this?
They did, yeah. They talked about growing their own YouTube channel.
Ah, okay.
Their specific positive self-talk or intention was something like, I can speak in a way that benefits the maximum number of people, focusing on giving value.
And the result?
Apparently, they saw rapid growth in subscribers after really focusing on that intention. It served as a kind of real-world example for them.
Adds credibility when they share their own story.
Definitely. And that leads right into the call to action for you, the listener.
What should people take away and do?
Basically, take a moment. Reflect on your own money talk. What are those phrases that keep popping up in your head or out of your mouth about money, work, your potential?
Become aware of your own patterns.
Exactly. And then try designing some positive affirmations that actually resonate with you, ones you can start to genuinely believe. The video gives examples.
Like what?
Things like, money flows into my account easily and consistently. Or maybe, I easily attract large sums of money through my business work. Whatever feels right and believable for you.
Even just writing them down could be powerful.
Could be. It's about starting that conscious redesign process.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the big takeaway from this deep dive into the amazing storytelling transcript seems pretty clear.
Yeah, I think so. Your words matter a lot.
The things you say frequently, they're not just random noise. They reflect your deep-seated beliefs, and those beliefs are actively shaping your financial experience.
So, step one is just awareness. Pay attention to your financial vocabulary, both internal and external.
Right. And that leaves us with a final thought for everyone listening.
Go on.
Now that you're more aware of this connection between your words and your wallet, what's maybe one small shift you could make in your everyday language about money?
Just one small change in how you talk to yourself.
Yeah. What one adjustment might start to create the biggest positive ripple effect in your financial future? Something to really think about and maybe even experiment with.